Today I want to find out who are those set of students who don't attend my class regularly, because it's only the attendance number is toggling between 17, 18, 17, 18. I don't know who are those remaining 5, 6 students. One or two genuine cases I know. Just answer your attendance, okay, as and when I call your name. Dhanlakshmi is not there today. Netravati?
Present, ma'am.
Okay, 1 minute. Vishwa? He is absent. Aishwarya DH? Aksharaj?
Present, ma'am.
Anusha? Okay. Anusha. Apurva P?
Present,
Lakshmi
ma'am.
Shravani? Is this Apurva?
Present, ma'am.
Who answered just now?
Yes, ma'am.
Lakshmi Shravani?
Present, ma'am.
Ritik Roshan? Bhumika KM? Chandan? Chandrapriya?
Present, ma'am.
Dhruvashri? Ajay? Hemant S? Taishi? Okay. Kajal? Kritik?
Present, ma'am.
Shivam? Kushal? Likita? Vaishnavi? MC Vaishnavi? Manas Raj? Okay. Manasa?
Present, ma'am.
Manoj? Okay. Manoj H? Maunika ME?
Present, ma'am.
Neha Pandey? Noor
Present,
Sara?
ma'am.
Sesha Shaili?
Present, ma'am.
Pavan NB? Purnima N? Purnima V Sagar? Pradeep Kumar R? Pradeep, you're there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Priyanka AN?
Present, ma'am.
Priyanka B? Rakshita R?
Present, ma'am.
Rohit? Sagar is not there. Sanket is not there. Shabar is not there. Shreyas? Siddharth is not there. Smita?
Present, ma'am.
Shrikant Reddy?
Present, ma'am.
Srinidhi? Vaidurya?
Present, ma'am.
Varun Kumar?
Present, ma'am.
Vismaya? Yeraswamy? Yashaswini D? Priyanka B is waiting. Priyanka B. Okay. Okay, I'll just share my screen. We'll complete the pending topics quickly. Is my screen visible, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we had stopped at this particular point. EDI, that is electronic data interchange. So from this point onwards, we'll just continue. And again, this is with respect to supply chain management. So moving further, we'll see what are the roles and activities of supply chain management in business. So you can see a table, in fact. and a diagram also, which is in hierarchical fashion. Towards left hand side you have the SCM objectives, which answers few questions like what, how much, and all others. We'll see. We'll take up one by one. 1 minute. Yeah. And next, towards your right hand side, you have the SCM outcomes. So in order to meet, if at all the SCM information system meets these objectives, what are the possible or the probable outcomes? Okay, that is being listed out on the ARHS. So now the first row indicates the strategic functionality of SCM. So that is the reason it falls under the strategy. Okay, strategies. So objectives, what are the objectives or what are the strategies to be followed is establish the objectives, policies and operating footprint. So it becomes necessary that whenever, in the supply chain management, when there is a amalgamation or a collaboration amongst the various other suppliers or other distributors or customers who are widely distributed in the geographical location, it becomes very necessary to draft certain policies, and both the parties who are into the mutual agreement, they need to agree upon those rules or terms and conditions and then carry out the business. Otherwise, at any point of time, any human being for that matter can claim that I had not given the commitment for so and so, right? So the policies becomes very important. The objectives, of what the SCM is being established, that becomes very important. And operating footprint also. Sometimes it so happens that the treaty or the agreement or the contract which is being signed amongst the two different suppliers requires even to enumerate or list out the operating procedures as well. Okay, so these are the what needs to be the strategies what SCM should plan. And what are the outcomes of this? Definitely you have to define the objectives. So objectives will be there. The policies, that is supply policies at service levels, the policies will be the outcome. Again, the policies can be drafted, it can be reviewed and finalized, and it can be either published over the company's website or portal. It depends to what range they would like to have the visibility in the public vicinity. So next, definitely the network design also is one of the outcomes. So this network is with respect to the networks or the links which is associated amongst the suppliers, distributors and consumers, the main entities which are an integral part of the supply chain management. It is not the telecommunication network design. Okay, so you have to understand the usage of network design in this context. So I hope this is clear. So next, moving on to the next row, it is tactical. First is strategy, next is tactical. Tactical is actually in operation or in functionality, what you need to do. So how much, that is the question asked. So deploy the resources to match supply to demand. So this is important. It's not necessary to commit to the demand which is being raised by the client, but in fact in order to satisfy or in order to cater to the need or the demand, the resources should be synchronized and distributed evenly so that ultimately the deadline is being met. So deploy resources to match supply to demand. And what are the outcomes? Demand forecast. So you can have a prediction or forecast based on the current market trends, because I've already mentioned in the previous class. And also what is the production rate, what is the procurement capacity, what is the logistics plan to be scheduled and deployed or distributed among the various sections or the departments running under the SCM. That becomes important here. And then finally the inventory targets also. If there are some stringent guidelines or targets to be met by specific departments also, then even that can be taken care, or that could be one of the outcomes. That is tactical. And third one is operational. So when and where. So this particular aspect answers the question when and where. So when is like when we need to complete certain tasks or processes. Okay, that is scheduling becomes necessary here, and monitoring also at which stage of the business process the task or the activities should be monitored. Even that should be streamlined, documented, and known to everyone. So that is there. So schedule, monitoring, and control. Who is the controlling authority, or who is the authority or the department which will give the green signal that yes, the assembling of the components or the products, or the the fabrication of the products is correct and done as per the standards. That is also important. And adjust the production. So if there is some adjustment with respect to the production of the number of products or raw materials manufactured, that could be also part of the SCM objective. And outcome is definitely the work center scheduling, order and inventory, or inventory tracking, because all this is being functional or operational only by keeping the demand which is being made by the client, right? So it is only to satisfy the demand. And what you need to do is you need to build and transport. So that is important, because once you have the you have committed with the client, you have scheduled how to plan and work it out. And finally the utmost responsibility of the entire SCM team or the SCM information system is to deliver the required product or the required components to the client within the deadline specified. So you have to build the products, you have to build the raw materials, you have to build the assembled parts or fabricated parts, and then finally you have to take care of transport also, shipment, movement of the materials or movement of the goods in bulk. So that also needs to be taken care. And this is all about it comes under the category of execution. How well you execute, how well you plan, how well you stick on to the plan what you have scheduled, right? So not every time whatever you have planned it gets executed. We ourselves we have witnessed, because for example just to kickstart our day, we would have planned a lot of things, a complete check of a complete list of to-do things. But it so happens that if we don't follow a strict routine, or if we are not completely dedicated to complete all the tasks which is being listed out in the to-do list, then it becomes difficult to execute those and it remains pending, and it will be prolonged to the next day. So the execution is important. So the outcome is definitely the order cycle and the material movement. So these are the roles and activities of SCM. I'll just check if anybody is waiting in the lobby. 1 minute. Okay, nobody. Fine. Yeah, so moving on to the next. Planning and execution functions of SCM. So how exactly planning is done, how it's been deployed or executed based on the schedule that is being given out here. So planning is definitely the supply chain design, collaborative demand, and supply planning. Okay, so the planning involves not only the manufacturing or the production of the components, but also the design part also, because it requires designing of models or prototyping the products itself. So next is collaborative demand and supply planning. So this is also there because any product you take, it is not manufactured, or it is not being produced by only one particular component or part. There are a lot of different parts which are required in order to assemble, and finally we can say that the product is ready as per the desired requirement. Okay, so collaboration is necessary, and collaborative demand also. And if suppose during the process of fabrication or assembling, if some parts are broken, or if they are not if they are malfunctioning, if fault has been detected in the component, then definitely the same component order needs to be placed, right? So again, depends on how quickly the supply will be of those products. So there are a lot of things in fact. And this is with respect to planning. And coming to execution, material management, yes, this is very essential, because a very huge organization working with a lot of logistics, raw materials, it becomes necessary that the management of the entire material, is being done in a very systematic manner. And collaborative manufacturing, I have already said, and collaborative fulfillment also. So it's always a saying that a dream remains dream only if dreamt alone, and a dream becomes reality when dreamt together. So this saying is only to highlight the concept of teamwork. So always it is a teamwork. It is not the one man show. In very rare cases, we can witness one man show, running the entire show, but in majority of the cases, it is only a teamwork, right, which leads to the benefit or the success of whatever objective or target they would have set. So collaborative fulfillment, and next is supply chain event management, and finally supply chain performance management. So even the performance also need to be monitored, measured, and if there is some lacuna in the business process, it has to be rectified. It has to be detected well in advance, and some precautionary measures need to be taken. So it's like an entire system, even though it's separate separate functional uh, information system within the e-business. Definitely it plays a very, very, very pivotal role. So moving next, benefits and challenges of SCM. So I was just highlighting before starting the module 3. So the topics of the concepts remain same. The benefits and challenges of CRM we saw, then benefits and challenges of ERP also we saw, and now it's benefits and challenges of SCM. Similarly, success and failures of each one of those also we saw, and what is the phase cycle or life cycle of each of those, along with a graphical illustration or graphical representation. Even that was also part of the module. And next is the trends, trends in CRM, trends in ERP, trends in SEM also we will be looking into. So you can in fact prepare by listing out what topics and how it has been related or correlated with the subsequent topics. So we'll just see benefits and challenges of SCM. So key benefits is faster, more accurate order processing, because everything is automated, everything is being documented, everything is being computerized. Then they make use of the information technology, the global world wide web, that is internet, is being used extensively. So accurate order processing, and the things happen at a very faster pace. So that is one of the benefit, and reduction in inventory levels. So this is also important, since now everything is being computerized, everything is being automated. Not everything, most of the things which is required, where no human or manual intervention is needed, such things can be automated. So definitely there is a reduction in inventory level also, and quicker times to market. So since sometimes it so happens that the commitment for which the order is being placed will be ready much well in advance before the delivery date. What to say, you can deliver it pre-schedule or before it is being scheduled. So quicker time to market again. So lower transaction and material cost. So since re-engineering concept is being used in almost all the business process, even SCM can also adopt the re-engineering business process, and it can look into reducing the cost substantially by making use or reusing the existing components or existing raw materials, logistics. So finally, it is like lower transaction and material cost. So if any one of the department, okay, we'll take manufacturing department, if they have some raw materials with them already, then there is no need for them to place order for those materials again with some other supplier XYZ. So had it been a scenario where they had to place an order, then definitely order should be placed, the PO should be raised, that is purchase order should be raised, and the invoice should be claimed from them, and there's so many transactions, right? So the number of transactions will be reduced, and definitely the overall cost, overall implementation cost also will be reduced substantially. So strategic relationships with suppliers. So yes, a very good rapport is required in order to witness a good name in the marketplace or in the business field. So strategy relationship with suppliers is essential, so that the supplier in a harmony work culture or environment. So this is my diagram, goals and objectives of SCM. So you can see here the business value goals leads to customer value goals. So all the business is very much center focused with respect to customer. So customer are their what to say the most important entity in order to decide whether any business will lead to success or lead to failure, right? So customer is very important for any business point of view. So if you have a valued goal in the business, then definitely the customer value goals also will be enhanced substantially. So the value goals are like rapid demand fulfillment, collaborative supply. So this is all keywords what we have seen earlier. So collaborative supply, chain planning and execution. And what are the customer goals? So give customers what they want, when and how they want it at the lowest cost. So for example, I think recently, if you all are aware of, I don't know how many of you know this particular fact, but yes, I would like to share it with you all. We're all crazy, about ordering online, using our phones or mobile applications. We generally order the food. It could be Swiggy, Zomato, or Domino's Pizza, whatever. So now we are all familiar with the latest thing what has happened with respect to Domino's Pizza server. I think you might be familiar that almost so there's a lot of data breach with respect to Domino's Pizza server, and those sensitive data has been used by the dark web people or the hackers. They have hacked, in fact, the Domino's Pizza server. So everybody's information is at risk, right? So it just came to my mind because it says like when and how they want it and at the lowest cost. Because at the time of ordering pizza, we are so particular. We are so we specify that how many layer of cheeses we want and what kind of cheese we want, whether it's mozzarella, cheddar, whatever it is, and we place the order in such a way that it is based on our requirement. It is so very personalized. But see the outcome, now I don't know what measures they will take, but everybody's data is under risk, including the location of the client, including the client's bank, what he or she is used to do the online payment. There's so many things involved. So yeah, we'll see what is awaiting for us, all of us, in the future. So this is the customer value goals, and moving to objectives of supply chain management, we're all familiar. It's inter-enterprise coordination of manufacturing and the business process, effective distribution and channel partnership. Students, you should not think that whatever we are discussing here, it is only applicable for the companies or the organization or the business, where manufacturing only is involved. It is very much well adapted even to the startup also, because most of you are in a pre-final year, and if you have some idea and if you want to really start your own venture, then it becomes necessary for you to know all these things. Even a software company also follows almost all the concepts whatever we've been discussing. So it all depends on your interest again. So how you grasp it, how you would like to take it further, because not everybody want to be an employee to some other employer. In fact, nowadays the trend is that everybody, each and every student, graduate student, would like to be an employer who would like to hire somebody else to get their work done. So that should be the what to say, aspiration of you young people. So objectives of supply chain management: inter-enterprise coordination of manufacturing and business process, then effective distribution and channel partnership, and responsiveness and accountability to customers. So we've all seen this. So moving further, we all saw the benefits, and now we will look into the challenges of SCM. So lack of demand planning, knowledge, tools and guidelines. This is always there. If planning is not being done, then definitely we have to witness the severe consequences. And again, the consequences could be in terms of huge economic failure or manpower failure, or it could be the collaboration amongst the various suppliers also. Inaccurate data provided by other information systems. So if there is data accuracy is not up to the mark, or data consistency is not there, then that might also lead to that could be one of the major challenge or one of the major hurdle of SCM, because in some system, or in some view of the data, if it is projecting that the transaction is already being completed process, and in some other section the data view is showing that the transaction is still pending, then it is like inaccurate information. The information is not consistent, right? So it might have tamper even the further business process as well. 1 minute. Yes. So next is lack of collaboration among marketing, production, and inventory management. Again, we know that there are different sections, different departments, and there is no synchronization or collaboration amongst each of them. And definitely the work will not be productive. So that could also be one of the challenge. And SCM tools are immature, incomplete, and hard to implement. Sometimes, whatever is being told theoretically might not be possible to implement it practically, right? So some things might be very difficult to implement as well. So that could be also be one of the major challenge. And this is the trends in the SCM. I'll just maximize the screen. So trends, it has 3 stages in fact. So stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. So in stage 1, your current supply chain improvement is being witnessed, and supply chain e-commerce, which is loosely coupled. So now if it is, I hope you understand the meaning of loosely coupled and tightly coupled. Okay. So if there is a strong interdependency among two different entities, then we say that it is tightly coupled. But here you can see here that supply chain, e-commerce, they are loosely coupled. So had it been a case that e-commerce technique or technology and the supply chain, they are tightly coupled, then it becomes very difficult for the e-commerce business to run effectively. Okay, I hope you're understanding the difference. So in the stage 1, what are things required, or the different functionalities are information sharing, product sales data, then sourcing, help, logistics, order fulfillment. Sourcing, help, logistics, order, and order fulfillment. So this is a part of stage 1. Coming to stage 2, it is order management, inventory management, resource allocation, system use, and integration. So stage 2 is all about intranet or extranet links to trading partner. The diagram is not that clear, but in the textbook what I have shared ebook, it's clear there. So the intranet or the extranet links for the trading partners can be used here in order to satisfy the order management, inventory managements, and supply network expansion also sometimes. So it's necessary with respect to expanding the business as well, or the network. This is the contact network what I'm speaking here. So stage 3 is collaborative marketing, sales and service, SCM optimization, collaborative design and delivery. So it's all about planning and fulfillment. It's all about again the collaboration which could be using the internet, intranet or extranet. Next. So that's it. So this completes your module 3 impact, students. So it's 12:30 now. So quickly, any doubts? Any doubts, students? Any doubts? No doubts? All clear? One minute. I'll just show you the syllabus now. Yes. You see my screen, right? Yes or no? Can you see my screen, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So as you can see here, module 3 is completed in fact. So quick recap like CCRM, what is CRM, 3 phases of CRM, benefits and challenges, and trends in CRM. And next was ERP, introduction, benefits and challenges of ERP, trends in ERP, SCM, role of SCM, benefits and challenges, trends in SCM. So module 3 is completed. So in fact, your second IA portions are completed, right? So 1.5 module is to be given for your second IA. So module 2 half and module 3 complete is done. So I think next class I will have one quiz with respect to module 3 and then start with module 4. So module 4 is again e-commerce fundamentals. So since it's theory subject and I think we can finish it off fast so that later you can utilize the time to learn something or to carry out your mini projects or whatever. Okay. And one more thing, students, your online labs in fact, the lab handling faculty members have been informed to make use of some online editor or online compiler to start your lab sessions, okay, practical sessions. So they'll be starting in fact. So whatever they say, you please, I think for web, you people are using something. Can anyone tell what is that? You people are using one tool, in fact, online tool. What is that?
Codepen.io.
Yes. Okay, so something similar to that, even your FSST and even the MAD lab also, I think they will go for some alternative because not everyone is having laptop or desktop, right? And again, even if you have, not everybody is having Windows 10 installed. Even that is also an issue which is been brought to our notice. So keeping all these things in mind, most probably, we will be doing all the lab sessions or hands-on session using the online tools or online compilers available. So don't miss out the practical classes. In fact, they will be engaging it in their respective theory classes itself. Okay, so it's important you to learn. Okay, and from now onwards, don't have a mindset that you are preparing yourself only for scoring internal assessment marks or VTU marks. Since you are in pre-final year, it is high time for you to acquire more skills and be industry ready so that you can face the recruitment process. Your seniors are doing extremely good. Most of them have already placed more than one company, in fact. Even this pandemic also is not stopped them, not to grab the opportunity, which is very good. The last year 2020 passed out batch, they had to face some hurdles, in fact, because only few companies were prepared to carry out the entire recruitment process in the online mode, not all. But now almost all the companies, even the latest startups also, they are managing it, they're managing their show to hire the talent or freshers, through online mode itself. Everything is in online mode, so they are prepared now. The ball is in your court. You should be prepared by acquiring the skills and being competent enough to be identified in the crowd, right? So you have to strive for that now. Okay, so the I think short-term goals of completing your IA successfully or scoring 50 out of 50 or 40 out of 40 should not be your ultimate objective. Now it is like, broader version. So you have to think of how well you're understanding the subject, how well you're understanding the hands-on also, because anything and everything can be asked. Okay, so you have to remember, you have to keep quiet, you have to listen and perceive everything. And when the moment comes where you have to demonstrate or showcase your skill and talent or your IQ, you have to project yourself. Okay, that is when you will be identified or you'll be selected in top-notch companies. Okay, and the packages are also very good. Their seniors, whoever is getting placed, nobody is having a package less than 3.5 at least, minimum 3.5, maximum it's gone to 6 to 7. Okay, so I want your batch to be much better, because every year we definitely look for improvement, not declinement, right? So prepare yourself. Don't think or don't underestimate yourself that I don't have marks, so how will I get placed, right? So marks is only one criteria for you to make an entry or be present for the aptitude or online test, whatever it is. But once you're through that first phase, then completely, the whole and soul responsibility lies on your shoulder, right? How you present yourself, how you answer to the questions what they ask, how you smartly say that you don't know the answer for the question what they have asked, even that is a skill, right? So start practicing all these things. And students are having fear to communicate in English. I would definitely suggest you people to stand in front of the mirror and keep talking every day, at least 5-10 minutes in English. That will that will help you to have very good confidence. Okay, try it out. It really works, because personally even I have followed that, because ultimately when I was a student, even I was a bit hesitant to speak out. Definitely, I was one among the topper, but still, I was limited only to the books and writing and getting marks. I was not a good communicator at all. So this was one of the trick what my faculty, my teacher told me, that being only one among the topper will not give you potential. You need to be a good communicator as well. So students, I had literally followed that particular practice. Okay, so don't hesitate. You do small exercises which will build confidence among you, and you are ready to speak and express what you know, what knowledge you have at any point of time. Okay, so do such exercise, stand in front of the mirror and speak to yourself. And when you're convinced that yes, you're speaking very good, then you start addressing your any one of your family member. It could be your mother, your father, your siblings, or your friend. You can talk to them, without hesitating. So that is how you can improve and gain confidence. Okay, so that's it from my side. I have completed module 3. 3 modules are done. So now you have to plan for the career shaping or career building of your own individual path. So that is what I would say. Remaining is left to you, because again I don't want students to complain or repent that if I had been if I wouldn't have done that particular mistake, I wouldn't be in this particular situation. So rather than repenting, it is high time you rectify whatever your positive skills are. You try to still refine and polish them, and in whichever areas you feel you are low or you're not that confident, you need to work a lot. Okay, and you need not tell that everything to your friend, not your parents. You just become very strong, and finally when next semester, the 7th semester, your placement starts, you can demonstrate these skills, and finally you can grab the opportunity, the offer, and you can make everyone happy, your parents, your friends, your siblings. Okay, that is the ultimate happiness, right? Before you know the fact that even though you have 1 year of time for your graduation, that is when you're in 7th semester, this early I have got the offer from some good company. That statement itself is something different. You'll not understand. You have to witness that. Okay, the proudness or the pride what your parents will have, it cannot be expressed in statements to this. Okay, so work hard, don't give reason because of this pandemic. See, pandemic is there. There are few people who are there today and they're not there tomorrow with us. Okay, that is there. But finally, what matters is how long we will survive in this particular world and what we give back to the community, right? So that is more important. Okay, so think and act rather than complaining. Okay, okay then. So that's it from my side today. Thank you.